Hello, I'm the Reverend Hugh Reed, and it's my privilege to welcome you to the 85th uninterrupted presentation of Kingsway-Lambton's Christmas pageant, A Child is Born. Now, pageants have been around for millennia, and they tell the story of an eternal love. So what's 85 years? Well, we're humbly proud of our pageant here at Kingsway-Lambton that began in the depths of the Great Depression and has continued uninterrupted even through the shutdown years of COVID. I stand on a mountain of gratitude, looking back upon the vision of Isabel Dickinson, who penned the first scripts and was producer and director of the pageant for its first 15 years. Reverend Dr. Wilf Lockhart helped her revise later scripts, and she has been followed in her role as producer and director by a succession of directors and producers worthy of her footsteps. I think of Kathy Kearns, Susan Franklin, Judy Collinson, Lynn Goodale, Laura Turner, and Katie Switzer, to name but a few. We are in their debt. I myself have revised the script a few times, and a major revision a couple of years ago to allow our pageant to go online. And with that, I want to give special thanks to Donnelly Wayman, whose vision as pageant producer corresponded to that of Isabel Dickinson to keep us going. Of course, the pageant would be nothing without our children, and in the images to follow this, you'll see that of Gladys Martin, one of our first Marys, now 96 years young. Gladys's children, grandchildren, and great-grandchild have played integral roles in the pageant, and it's that way for many families.
And in the early days, I played the part of Mary in the Christmas pageant.
Rise up, shepherd, and rise up, shepherd, and rise up, shepherd, and follow, follow. Rise up now and
Wow. 85 years!
Wow. I remember, like much other kids here, our parents would force us to be a gift bearer in this pageant. And at first I was skeptical, laying out the grounds, kind of confused. And then I got into it, and 9 years later, I'm still here. It's an awesome environment, and it's so much fun, and loving people, and it made me realize to break out of my shell and be the person I am today.
Wow, and I am the mother that forced her at age 4 to get on that stage in this beautiful pageant that I have loved since before they were born. I always loved going, and every year they always make fun of me because on opening night I cry all the way to the church, and they're like, "Mom, stop crying." I'm like, I'm just so excited because this is what Christmas is about. Thank you.
each child
know that this year is the 85th anniversary of the church's pageant, A Child is Born?
Cool.
It is cool. You know what else is really cool? That when I was a little girl, I was in the pageant, and I started off as a Bethlehem girl. You know what I really like though? Last year, you finally were old enough to be in the pageant. How was that for you?
So fun. Totally doing it again.
And did you get to play more than one role?
Yep, I played 2.
Ooh, what roles did you play?
I played the giving bear and
Were you a Bethlehem kid?
I was a Bethlehem kid, and I was in the King's procession.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Hello, everyone. My name is Susan Franklin, and I worked with the pageant for maybe 13 or 14 years back in the 80s and 90s. The best part of the pageant to me was bringing in all the neighborhood kids as well. We treated it as a community event, and children and families who may have never entered the church came to see the pageant, and some, in fact, got involved in the church later on. So the pageant, as it carries on, is such an important part of our neighborhood and our church. And for my time, it was incredibly amazing. We loved it. We grew in many ways throughout the pageant. And I'll never forget all of those years that I spent working with the kids of our neighborhood. Thank you.
My name is Katie Overstrom, and I have had the distinct pleasure of wearing many different pageant hats, including Angel Choir lead, co-producer, director, and backstage manager. I love everything about the pageant. The casting craziness, the mayhem of Thursday night practice, dress rehearsal jitters, and the wonder and magic when it all comes together. I can honestly say that my most favorite part is when you see those angels lit up singing their hymn of joy and adoration. It is in that very moment you truly know the wonder of Christmas.
Hello, my name is Carolyn Pitts, and as Carolyn Martin, I was a longtime member of every choir there ever was at Kingsway-Lambton United Church in the 60s and early 70s. It was a thrill. I'm really happy to have this memory of the Kingsway-Lambton pageant. My whole family was involved, and Gladys Martin is my mom. Apparently was the first Mary, so that's something to be proud of. I hope everyone enjoys the pageant again this year. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Donnelly Wayman. Along with my husband John and our 4 daughters, Emily, Kimberly, Ashley, and Haley, we have been involved with Kingsway-Lambton's Christmas pageant for well over 35 years, be it on stage or backstage management or on the leadership team. In the late 1990s, I was part of a group of women who banded together to fill the enormous shoes that were being left behind by Susan Franklin when she stepped down as the committee chair or the coordinator. In 2018, when I was invited to come back and give a hand, I readily did so. That put me at 2020 when we were facing COVID and the whole concept of canceling this beloved tradition, both within our church but in the community as well. And we quickly decided we would pivot like so many other groups, and we decided to do a virtual pageant.
Rise up, shepherd, and follow. You can leave your sheep and leave your lambs.
We had Zoom practices every night for about a month. And then we filmed outdoors.
Follow, follow.
It was just a very uplifting time. 2021, we were faced with the same situation. And this time, all the rehearsals took place outdoors in the church courtyard. So it was a wonderful experience. Pageant 83 and 84, we didn't break the streak, and we're heading into 85 now. And I'm so grateful to have been part of it. Thanks.
This has a place in the heart and memories of multiple generations. I pray it will have a place in your memory, in your heart, and in your hope as you receive the gift of Christmas. For unto us a child has been born, and eternal love has been given to all of us. May you receive it. Merry Christmas.